Finally, I have found a minifigure who has as much dad energy as I do. Oh, hey, would you look at that? Oh, sorry, I was just reading this book about model ships. There's some good stuff in there. Hey, there's some good stuff right over here. This is the new Santa's Visit set from LEGO's Winter Village collection. And I'll tell you what, there's one thing about this set that immediately caught this dad's attention. It was this dad in this LEGO set. Let me tell you, that is a dude that I'd like to watch a game of sports ball with and share a big old basket of chicken wings, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm Josh as a Josh Build Stuff, but today you can call me Dad. Just don't call me Daddy unless I've given you permission to do so. But hey, it's Christmas time, so maybe you should just call me Father Christmas. Today we're talking about this new Santa's Visit set, part of the Winter Village collection from LEGO, otherwise known as the Clutter, that's taken up a bunch of space in my living room. This set contains 1,445 pieces, came out, I don't know, before Christmas in 2021, and I know what you're wondering, what's the damage here? I'll tell you what, it's less than $100. That is to say, it's $99.99, but they get you with the sales tax, you know. So that thing's it's $100 here in the U.S. This set's not bad. It feels very homey. That's probably because it is a home. It's got a lovely little family, a lovely little bit of interior, and I'd love to talk more about this set. But of course, first we got to build the thing, or at least talk about building the thing. Oh, I am tired. Ooh, after building this set, I went and had to mow the lawn, you know, hashtag just dad things. I really put the sweat in this sweater, if you know what I mean. And ooh, this place smells like a locker room. I'll tell you, I need to reapply that old speed stick. Now you'll like this. I come inside, I tell my wife I'm all done. Honey, I mowed half the lawn. She looks at me like I'm half crazy. She says, which half did you mow? Honey, which half do you think? The top half. I tell you what, sometimes, man, I love her to death. I really did. I'd be lost without her. But yeah, the build for this set was alright. Once again, I spent some time with my family building this set while watching Christmas movies. I think I watched that new Noel on the new Disney Plus subscription. We pay way too much money for all these subscriptions. We pay as much as we did just for a cable bill back in the day. That's a different story for a different day. The build was pretty good. We watched that Noel movie. It's got that, what's her name? The Anna girl. She looks a little like a chipmunk, but she's cute. It was a cute movie. It was a pretty fun movie. When building the actual set, it felt like we were building a building. Felt like we were building a house. And then I added this little family in there, and guess what? It went from building a house to building a home. Oh, sorry. I'm reading this book about sailing, and I'll tell you what, in the words of the kids, I cannot even not. Something I can do, however, is tell you about all the cool details contained within this lovely little home. This house has everything one could ask for, assuming you're asking for a house that's about 3/4 complete with no backside whatsoever. That's what I would call open concept. In every way possible, this house is as charming as can be. Almost as charming as I was when I first met y'all's mother. You're the children in this situation now. Look, it's got a little mailbox, a little snow-covered lantern out there. The whole place is kind of snow-covered. I'll tell you what, this house looks like a house in a pretty nice neighborhood. I would not want to have to shovel the snow on this drive. The front of this house is something else. That's probably because it's just a facade. You know, this dude was in the running for his neighborhood's holiday decorations contest, and I hope he did pretty well. I love what we got going on here. There's a tree out there. I don't trust trees, though. They always look a little shady to me. There's also a snowman that we have built over there. He's a bit of a nervous wreck. Had a bit of a meltdown earlier, but he was able to put himself back together. I love there's like a little bird out in front of the window. I was telling my friend Jay, he came over, I said, that bird looks so cold, it's turning blue, Jay. We've even got some decor on the front door. I call that an adorable door. Let's spin this sucker around, take a look on the inside. Like I said, open concept, but a lot here to love. What do we got? The mom back there in the kitchen, which is very well decorated. Looks like she's sipping on some eggnog, while the father over here, well, he's warming himself by the fire's logs. The daughter is upstairs hanging out by some cool space stuff. I love the overall look of this interior. You will notice something missing for this little girl to get upstairs. Well, there are no stairs, but I'm actually in favor of that. I'm always a little suspicious of stairs. They're always up to something. It's a good thing this little girl is a fan of outer space because her whole roof just opens up, giving her plenty of space that we're talking about. You know what I would get this little girl as a Christmas present? I would get her a book on anti-gravity. She couldn't put the thing down. You could try to put this little girl to sleep in her bed, but I'll tell you what, if she's anything like my kids here at home, they hate going to sleep. Or as I like to put it, they're guilty of resisting arrest. There is one special Easter egg here, or should I call it a Christmas egg, because you can see that our little Santa friend there, he's hanging out up on the chimney. If you're wondering how much it cost him to park his sleigh on the roof, don't worry about it. It's on the house. There is a fun feature here where a Santa can slide right on down the chimney and emerge out of the fireplace. I'll tell you what though, if this were my home and I heard such a clatter arise in the middle of the night, I would have my Louisville Slugger in hand. I might even grab a baseball bat for protection. We're going to put that old adage to the test that says my dad could beat up your dad, assuming your dad is, in this case, Santa Claus. And then remember, Dad, something even more important than your presents on Christmas Day are your presents on Christmas Day. Those are always what the kids are really all about. You got a little Christmas tree which lights up there. Very lovely, very well built. What do we got here? We got some wrapped presents. We even forgot one little present up there in the attic. I thought that was a cake in the attic, which, I mean, that's my own personal experience. If you don't want your family to get your cake, you hide it in the attic. That insulation really just adds an extra little seasoning there. What do we got for little presents here? There's like a little building thing that looks like, I'm going to call it a little Lego set. There's a little rocket ship here that's going to break in about a day because it was made cheaply overseas, you know, classic dad stuff there. And then you got a little noisemaker just to annoy the whole family, both extended and nuclear. We're going with a trumpet for this season. Maybe next year we'll buy her a drum kit. Hey, how about it? Overall though, this house is lovely and charming. We would all be so lucky to live in such conditions. The only thing missing here is a live, laugh, love print on the wall. But all we can ask for is something that's lived in, loved in, and laughed in as much as this home. Holy Toledo. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just reading this Jules Verne book. Not a book by Jules Verne, a book about Jules Verne. Fascinating stuff in this. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I also just finished dinner. That wife of mine, she can cook a mean pot roast. Said a lot of terrible things about me throughout the course of the meal. Lucky for me, I always have a pocket Tums handy just for occasions such as this. Like I said, stick a fork in me, I am done. As is this video. Almost. It's funny, all this time I thought it was the dryer shrinking my clothes. Turns out it's been the refrigerator. But overall, my thoughts on this set, I think it's lovely. I think it's great. I think you should pick it up if you are able to, even though it is yet another piece of plastic destined to never decompose in a landfill someday. But hey, that's a problem for my kids, right? Not for me or my generation. Surprisingly, I think that's all I have to say for today, so I'll leave you with a few important dad lessons. Remember, a joke is only a dad joke if it is apparent. I enjoy telling dad jokes. He even laughs at them sometimes. No, but in all honesty, my dad was a very funny man, and I got his jeans. I also got his sweater. Thanks, Dad. Here's something sincere for a change. Never look down on someone unless you're admiring their shoes. Always give another man a firm handshake, which I guess is a little less applicable these days. Always give another man a firm elbow bump. That works as well. Always make good eye contact when you're speaking to someone, unless, of course, your slight spectrum-leaning proclivities prohibit you from doing so. Don't worry about what other people think of you. Everyone is awkward when they're young. Some of us just have the privilege to continue being awkward when we get old. So like I said, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've had a good time hanging out here. And in all honesty, I know there are some people out there in this holiday season who don't have a dad around in the picture. And so I hope I can fill that slot, even if just for a few minutes here. So let me just say, hey, I'm proud of you. And I'm so glad to have you in my life. I love you. And one last lesson. It's okay to cry. No matter who you are, no matter how old you are, no matter what you're going through, it's always okay to cry. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta get my family dressed and out the door. We gotta head to the Sears Portrait Studio to take our yearly Christmas photo. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. I want to see kids in sweaters in car seats in 5 minutes. Let's move!